Okay. All right, are we streaming now? Oh, oh, fantastic. Oh, are we streaming now? Let's see. You're streaming now. Oh, fantastic. Oh, fantastic. Okay, there we go.
Alright, are we
Hello.
streaming now? Oh,
Okay,
oh,
fantastic.
fantastic. Oh, are we streaming now? That,
Oh, great, great. Ah, fantastic. Ah, fantastic. Hey guys, it's Philip here today. 1 second. Hey guys, Philip here today. So I thought I might finally do like some fun, do a bit of fun, and rank the One Piece arc because I finally caught up to One Piece, and now I'm fully on board. I understand now why people are so obsessed with One Piece, and I'm g- I'm happy to I'm confident to say that One Piece has over overthrown Full Metal Alchemist Brotherhood as my favorite anime of all time. I love One Piece. I love it, love it, love it now. I'm a huge fan. Okay, so now I thought I've since I've caught up on One Piece, I thought I will finally rank the One Piece arcs, and I've been meaning to do this for a while, but so like a couple weeks ago, I got laryngitis for 3 weeks, so I couldn't speak for 3 weeks. Then I started getting busy with work, and then I got laryngitis again for another week. Fortunately, it was only 1 week this time, but my voice is healed up. My voice is healed up, so I could finally do this stream. And just for clarity, guys, so I actually watched One Piece all the way back in the Four Kids dub era, and say what you want about the Four Kids dub, like please do so. That dub had some very questionable choices made. But in all honesty, when I was a kid, I didn't really notice the changes because I was a kid and I just enjoyed watching One Piece. The only change that I thought was weird, that I thought was kind of strange, was that they gave Robin a southern accent for some reason, which was really odd, totally odd. And despite despite the One Piece, despite the Four Kids dub being very questionable, I am entirely grateful to the One Piece arc, the Four Kids dub, because it started my whole lifelong love for One Piece. Okay, so let's begin now. I'm just gonna check the stream and make sure that let's see. Okay, just want to make sure. Yeah, if it's not covering any, just making sure that it's not covering any of the um not covering any of the titles. Great, great. Mm-hmm. Yeah, as long as it's not covering the actual tier list. So let's go back. All right, 1 second, guys. I need to rehydrate because I'm going to be talking a lot for this series. All right, let's start off with Romance Dawn. Romance Dawn, I'm giving it a C tier because it it's short, it does what it does. It introduces us to the world of One Piece, Luffy, Zoro, and Nami. So it's nothing more than that. It's a solid start to the series. I That's pretty much all I have to say about it. Now, Drum Island. Hmm, Drum Island. Drum Island. I'm gonna give it a Drum Island. I'm gonna give it a. Uh, I'd say maybe I'm gonna give it a B tier because I'll point out the strengths of Drum Island, which was Chopper's whole backstory. That was so sad. And Chopper himself, I love Chopper, and the whole emotional story with him and Dr. Hiruluk, how he was adopted and he was like ostracized even from his own kind, which was um, the reindeers. He was even ostracized he um, before he ate the human fruit because of his blue nose, and just seeing him get accepted and by the Straw Hat Pirates, and that whole scene where he's crying, and the cherry blossoms. Oh, that was amazing. One thing I didn't think they did well was like Wapple. Wapple was just he was a largely forgettable villain, and he was of kind of he was really a joke, really. Oh, and I just want to give another brief, just want to give more context, guys, is that I actually so starting from um what was starting from post Any's lobby, I started using the One Pace. One Pace. It's One Pace. It's this fan project where fans come together and they edit the original One Piece anime to make it more in line with the manga. So they eliminate filler, they cut out unnecessary scenes, and just make it more in line and with the manga, and because of that the pacing is heavily improved. Oh my goodness. Oh, the pacing was heavily improved. So I started using One Pace post Any's lobby. So everything before post Any's lobby I used the original anime for. So just want some clarity there. Drum Island, B tier, solid. Alabasta. Oh my God, Alabasta, S tier, S tier. Okay, and despite me watching the Four Kids dub of Alabasta, I still really enjoyed Alabasta. Oh my goodness, I mean, Alabasta just was such a an emotional, uh, likely self-contained story about the Starhead Pirates and the whole conflict in Alabasta. And honestly, I have to give it the best thing about Alabasta is Crocodile. Oh my God, Crocodile is my second favorite One Piece villain. Now, I'll talk about my favorite One Piece villain very soon, but God, Crocodile was he just oozes aura, and he's the first, probably the first One Piece villain that showed an actual threat because he actually beat Luffy. Oh, more water. He's actually the first villain that actually beat Luffy. Oh my God. Actually, is there anybody in the chat, guys? Because I'm using two tabs. Okay, he was the first villain that actually beat Luffy, and my God, if it weren't for Robin, Luffy would have been dead. He would have been very much dead. It's and I watched Alabasta more than 20 years ago. 20 years ago, and I still have fond memories of it. And that was the 4Kids stuff that I saw. Oh my God. 4Kids stuff that I saw. It okay, I really need to watch Funimation's dub of it, but I loved Alabasta. It is right up there, S tier. The story, the villains, the characters, the setting of it, and it also changed it pretty much changed the Straw Hat Pirates position in the world, where they went from like a ragtag group of adventurers to a now part of the world active of the world government, like defying the world government. Oh, so I'm giving it S tier. Jaya, in all honesty, I don't remember much of Jaya besides Luffy punching Bellamy and the introduction of um Blackbeard. I honestly don't remember much of Jaya really. Um, I guess no. It's really hard. It's really unfair for me to recommend Jaya because I don't remember much besides, the only thing I remember about it was the introduction of Blackbeard. Other than that, I got nothing. I'd still maybe rank it above Romance Dawn because actually no, honestly, I'm gonna put Jaya below Romance Dawn because I honestly don't remember much about it. Guys, please share your thoughts in the the chat. Share your thoughts in the chat. But I nothing against Jaya. I just don't remember much of it. Okay, Skypia. All right, Skypia. I'm gonna be honest here. Skypia. I'm gonna put it C tier. I'm gonna put it, C tier, but that's because it has Eneru. The world Skypia was very interesting. I mean, Eneru, I would love to have Eneru's Logia powers. My goodness. But uh, but the thing is, the pacing, my goodness. Okay, I'm gonna be honest here. The pacing of Skypia, that almost made me quit Skypia. Well, actually, One Piece as a whole, because my goodness, the pacing was just awful. It moved along so slow. Um, and it was there was that villain where Zoro actually pointed out, "Hey, if you don't turn your eyes over, you'll be able to see," which was so dumb. So dumb. Honestly, the only things that I liked about Skypiea were like the allusions to um the the Easter eggs to the Void Century and Enero. But other than that, I did not like Skypiea. I I almost quit One Piece because of Skypiea. I will put it above Roman Stan and Jaya because I liked Eneru despite I honestly don't know what happened to him, and the world of Skypiea was interesting. That I did not enjoy Skypiea. Long Range Island. Okay, I skipped this one because it just felt like filler. It felt like filler. God, it felt like filler. Like some people like Long Ring Island, fantastic. Long Ring Long Island, fantastic. Land, I don't know, but I just skipped it because I found it so unnecessary. Now, Water 7. Oh my goodness. Okay, S tier. S tier. Water 7. Amazing S tier. Yes, yes, yes. Okay, whereas Skypiea almost made me quit One Piece, Water 7 made me love One Piece. It made me get back into One Piece because I love this world, the world of Water 7. We get to meet Frankie and we get to learn more about Frankie's backstory and Robin's backstory, and we also meet CP9. And oh my goodness, that twist where those shipwrights, those like people were actually government agents, CP9, and some of the worst out there. Wow, that is intense. Oh, and we also how Frankie's kind of linked to Roger, where his mentor Tom. Oh my goodness, that's so sad what happened to Tom. But and how Tom, he was the shipwright. He was the one who made Roger's ship, and how he was taken away by the government, and Frank tried to stop the train, but he just got injured, and now he had to actually turn himself into a cyborg. Oh, Water 7 was such an emotional moment. Oh, and I cannot stop talking about Water 7 without mentioning the conflict between Luffy and Usopp because oh my goodness, that was such an emotional moment because Usopp didn't want to Yusuf didn't want to he didn't want to I think he was just in denial. He didn't want to accept that the Mary is at the end of its life, but that was a gift from his friend Kaya. So of course he did not want to give away the Mary. Whereas Luffy, he realizes he was actually thinking logically for a change that yeah, the Mary is at the end of her life and they have to say goodbye to it. And oh my goodness. I mean, okay. In the show, the show kind of really underestimates Yusuf, but I love Yusuf because he is so, he is like the bravest member of the team where like he puts himself into these situations where he's severely outclassed, but oh my God, he is like, he throws himself into these situations where he is severely out of his depth, but oh my God. it is so good. But oh my god, but he still pulls through. And that fight between him and Luffy, and wow, that made me that made me really respect and appreciate Usopp because okay, when you give him time, when you give him time to repair, he is like freaking Batman. He knows he exploited Luffy's weaknesses and his shortcomings, and he used them to his advantage. He still lost, but my goodness, he Yusuf Yusuf um put through a good fight. Holy crap, he put through an amazing fight. S Ah, I mean, I love Water 7 because the story and the story, the characters, the settings, fantastic. And I have to give it a shout to Holly. He's a cool guy too. Annie's Lobby, okay, Annie's Lobby, I would have to say it is okay, I'm gonna be honest here. Annie's Lobby and Water 7 are pretty much the same arc. They're like one long arc. Um, so it'd be fair to put them together, but if I have to put them separately, I would put Annie's Lobby in S tier, but below Water 7 because Water 7 had more emotional stakes and more interesting character development, whereas, yeah, Annie's Lobby has Robin's I want to live moment, um, and and of course, the Shawhead Pirates shooting Yusuf shooting down the flag, and the fights. But the fights for fights between um, the CP9, it was a bit meh, except for maybe Luffy's fight. But I did not like how Gear 3 makes him like so small and out of commission. It was just so annoying that whenever Luffy uses Gear 3, he had to like wait minutes to fight again and it just dragged out the fights. That was something I really got annoyed about with Enies Lobby. But I mean honestly, S tier, love Enies Lobby. eh, Amazing emotional moments. Luffy versus Lucy. While Gear 3 was very annoying, it was so good. It was an amazing. Oh, it was so good because Lucci was such a formidable enemy. So I'm giving him I'm gonna give him a S tier. Post Enies Lobby. Um, I'm giving A tier because, post Enies Lobby, it was just a nice reprieve. Oh, excuse me. It was just a nice break. Is anybody in the chat? Sorry, guys. Okay, cool. Just want to see if anyone is in the chat. Um, but like, Annie's Lobby, it was a nice post Annie's Lobby. It was a nice reprieve from Annie's Lobby. We got introduced to Garp. Oh, Garp. And we got introduced to some of the best glow up in series, which was Kobe. Holy moly, Kobe just got the biggest glow up in the series. And Halempo as well. Oh my goodness, I love what they did with Kobe and Halempo, where they turned these like very pitiful and whiny characters into absolute badasses so so much so much uh and brought so much appreciation to them because they worked hard to become better than the person they were before, and it paid off, especially Halempo because Halempo was just he was such a whiny brat, but now he's become someone who's so much better, and he despises his older self, which is honestly I very appreciated because when you have that sort of introspection and you realize that you want to be better than the person you were before, that is such an inspiring moment, and very much appreciate Halimpo. Also, yeah, and I love that part where you see the Straw Hat Pirates impact across the world, and we get to meet Dragon again. Holy, and we get to find out that Dragon. Oh yeah, Garp from Garp and Dragon. That Dragon is Luffy's father. Holy crap! So Full Studies Lobby, I'm giving it A tier. I enjoyed it. Okay, now Thriller Bark. Okay, Thriller Bark. I'm gonna give Thriller Bark B tier. B tier. I kind of enjoyed Drum Island more because it didn't drag out as much as like Thriller Bark, and I enjoyed it more than Skypiea because at least Thriller Bark, I didn't feel like I wanted to quit One Piece, but Thriller Bark has its strengths and weaknesses. Okay, here's some strengths. I guess you know what? No, you know what? I'm putting Thriller Bark C tier because I honestly it just dragged out too long and okay, here are some good here are the parts I do like. We get introduced to Brook, his backstory, very tragic backstory. I would say that Brook has the saddest backstory and most saddest backstory in the Straw Hat Pirates because he watched handle simp Sanji, but I cannot handle pervy Sanji. He kind of just ruined Sanji for me for a bit. Another thing I did like was Nami's friendship with Lola, zombie Lola, and oh my goodness, I found it so that part so sweet when her friendship with Lola, zombie Lola, transferred to human Lola, and oh, and how she hugged Lola as well, and despite being friends with zombie Lola, she still she still wants to be friends with human Lola, and that pays off, and that has some very big effects in the future. So that was so sweet. Thriller Park, uh, yeah, it's honestly it's one of those arcs where I'm just like, I'm just happy that it was over. It was just over and done with. Sabaody, Sabaody Archipelago. Oh my God. Okay, so Sabaody Archipelago. You know what? I'm giving it a honestly, I'm gonna put it up above Water 7. Because oh my gosh, S tier, easy S tier because oh my goodness. Well, okay. Now I watched One Piece and One Piece is only 11 episodes, but it did kind of start a bit slow with Sabaody, but then it just escalates so well. Oh my God, Sabaody Archipelago was so good. Okay, so here's some. Oh my goodness, and just like it got really dark with the whole slavery portion of the show, and we get to meet Rayleigh, Roger's first mate, um, and then we get to meet oh, um, and that something I need to talk about that really this is such that part where we meet Kizaru and the part where he has Zoro pinned down and Brook and Usopp are desperately trying to um, save Zoro and Robin too, and Zoro was about to get blasted away until Rayleigh comes in and fends off Kizaru. Oh my goodness, that part was intense. That part that part was not only a slap, a reality slap for the Straw Hat Pirates, but a slap for the audience as well. It was a realization that the Straw Hat Pirates, they are not ready for the new world. They are not strong enough. They need to be stronger. They need to train. And that kind of that was one of the contributing factors that made Luffy inevitably realize they need to spend 2 years training to get stronger to survive in the new world. Oh my goodness. That and Kuma and that part where Kuma he um he transports the Straw Hat Pirates to places, specifically places where they can become stronger, and Luffy's breakdown where he doesn't know if his crew is dead or not. Oh, that was just intense. Oh my goodness, Luffy, and that's one of the few times where like, oh my God, Luffy actually saw true fear, and he um ordered everyone to escape, to retreat because they are completely out of their depth. One thing I did, oh man, I have to talk about when Luffy punched the Celestial Dragon. Oh, that was one of the most satisfying punches I've ever seen. Okay, guys, so actually, okay, so in summary, Subway Archipelago, S tier, S tier, S tier. Freaking love it, and also it was the realization that hey, Logia fruit users can actually be counteracted with hockey. Wow. Okay, guys, I gotta refill my water bottle, so I'll be right back. Okay. Okay, guys, I'm back. All right, let's see. So, Subway Archipelago, S tier. Okay, why did I put it above, below Alabasta? For me, it would be the crocodile. Crocodile was such an, an amazing villain that he honestly, Crocodile is one of the reasons why I put Alabasta up so high because he's such an intimidating, worthy foe to Luffy. Orangetown. Orangetown. Is it the one with the dog? I think it's the one with the dog, isn't it? And and wait, was that? Oh yeah, it's the one with the dog. And Buggy. Honestly, put I'm gonna put Orangetown above. I'm putting Orangetown above Bromance Dawn because that part of the dog really got to me, and we got to introduce the Buggy. Buggy was not a. Buggy is not a. Buggy is not a. He's not a. As a villain, he's kind of a joke, but like as a character, he's so funny. Anybody in the chat, guys? Okay, okay. So Buggy as a kid, I'm putting Orange down. I'll put Orange down up there. Skypiea because it's got Eneru and the world. Amazon Lily. Yeah, I'm putting Amazon Lily B tier. Okay, because Amazon Lily above Drum Island because um it was short. It was the One Piece episodes were only like 5 episodes long. It was short. It didn't overstay its welcome. We got introduced to Boa Hancock. But that's pretty much it. I mean, despite the short length, I enjoyed Amazon Lily more than Thriller Bark. Um, and wow, and Odo's really good at like implying the the crime, the assaults that Hancock and her sisters endured, and which was very tragic, but also made the reason why she's so against men and why it's what it truly meant to her when she met with Luffy. Amazon Lily, B tier. It was a solid arc, short to the point, didn't overstay his welcome, which I liked. Impel Down. Impel Down, I'm gonna give it actually A tier above Post Any's Lobby. Oh, okay. Above Post Eddie's Lobby. There we go. Yeah, because introduced to the world of Impel Down, and man, Impel Down was, oh, the I would I would hate to be a prisoner at Impel Down because that place is literal hell. It, which actually, yeah, it fits the whole aesthetic of Impel Down being this place where you have um, floors below each other, and it's like literal hell. Impel Down, yeah, I liked it. We got we met with Buggy again, and oh, Bonclay, Bonclay. I love Bonclay. I love him. I love him. My goodness, I Bonclay is one of the characters I wished joined the Straw Hat Pirates. I wished Bonclay was part of the Straw Hat Pirates. But that whole his sacrifice, and I'm so glad it's been confirmed that he is still alive, and now he's the king or queen of Nakama, that place that Ivankov um ruled over. But yeah, it's Bankei. Oh man, I love him so much. He did such a good job defending Luffy from those wolves and being such a great friend. So Bankley, I love him so much. Uh, but uh, and it was not long. It was a short, sweet. It was a short, good introduction. It was a short introduction. It was a short, um, short to the point, and offered some interesting world building. Marine Ford. Okay, this one easy S tier, easy S tier. Oh my goodness, oh my goodness. Marine Ford. This is what this is what the pre-time skip saga was building up to, and it delivered. Oh my goodness, just I Marineford, so many amazing moments. The revelation that Ace is Roger's son, um, um, the uh, introduction of Whitebeard. Oh my goodness, Whitebeard. Whitebeard is by far one of the best, second best dad in One Piece, and I would say that he is a dad because he is a father to his crew that he treated as his family. Ah, he is one of the most beloved characters in One Piece, and I'm so devastated that he died and Ace's death just hit hard. That is like I'm still I'm that is the moment where, oh my goodness, that's the death that Oda has been um saving for, because I was annoyed that he didn't kill off Pell in Alabasta, because his honestly his sacrifice would have made so his sac it would have been a it would have been a great way for Pell to sacrifice himself for his country. But Marine but Ace's but about how Ace sacrificed himself for his brother. Oh, that just hit home. That just was such a devastating moment for Luffy, and how Luffy just cried, and he was just out of commission, out of pure shock. And then we meet up with Blackbeard, and Blackbeard killing Whitebeard and taking his powers. He now has two devil fruits. Oh my god, he is the only person in history that has two devil fruits. That makes him such a threat. So I'm giving yeah, um Marineford easy S tier. This is what the pre-time skip arc saga was building up to, and it delivered. Post-war, post-war, I'm gonna give post-war. a high A tier because we learn more about Luffy's backstory and his backstory of Ace, and it's also and that finale where um he um he made that message to his crewmates. And oh my goodness, that part where Luffy was undergoing a lot of grief from losing Ace, but he soon realized but that part where Jinbei asked him, what do you have left in this world?" And he realizes he still has his crew. His crew is still out there. Losing Ace was terrible, and his crew are definitely not a replacement for him, but it made Luffy realize he still has people who care about him, who love him, and who are his family still out there. And but in order for him to protect his family, they have to be stronger. They have to be stronger. And what a finale. What is such an ending? That is an amazing ending. There's one thing I did not like. Sabo, okay, Sabo, yeah, like Sabo's honestly, he's not really much of an interesting character. He's got a interesting style and he has a pipe, but really, other than that, he's not a really interesting character. And I just kind of get a bit annoyed that there's a third brother all this time. I guess Oda was, I guess Oda was setting up for when um eventually that event happened in Dressrosa. I, it's I just don't find Sabo that compelling. Post War, honestly, it was such a good reprieve and an uplifting one after Marineford. So I give you Post War A tier. Return to Sabo Oda. Return to Sabo, I'm gonna give you a high B tier, even above, even above Amazon Lily because I mean it was such a Sabaody Archipelago. Return to Sabaody. It was a it was a nice and very heartwarming introduction back into the world of One Piece after the time skip arc. So it was amazing. It was amazing. I'm giving it a B tier. Honestly, it's not like amazing like that whole thing like the whole thing with the whole thing with the fake Straw Hat Pirates got a bit old very quickly, and also I do not like Frankie's new design. I don't like it at all. And but there's some points I did like how it's revealed that Kuma for the last of his remaining free will that he guarded the Straw Hat Pirate ship for the past 2 years, which was incredible. Holy crap! And seeing how the Straw Hat Pirates grew stronger these past 2 years, and how they defeated the Pacifica's enemies that they struggled, that they had no chance to defeat at first, but now they can easily defeat them. So yeah, I'm giving. I enjoyed Return to Sabaody. I enjoyed it more Amazon Lily and Drum Island, so I'm giving it B tier. Fishman Island. Okay, honestly, I did not enjoy Fishman Island that much. I did not enjoy Fishman Island. You know, uh, I'm okay. I did not enjoy Fishman Island. Okay, I'm gonna give it. I'm gonna give it a high. I'm giving it a high B tier because of the flashbacks to Arlong and Fisher Tiger. That was all amazing, and thematically, Fishman Island was so much more interesting than Thriller Bark, and was so much more interesting than Thriller Bark because it dealt with like themes of racism, but those themes really did not. It was dragged down by some really bad pacing, and I was watching the one paced version of Fishman Island, and I was so which was only like around 20 episodes long. And I was so glad that it was over, guys. I was so glad Fishman Island was over. I was actually counting down the episodes to when it's over, and that's a bad sign. Actually, oh, Cody Jones was not. He was just bland Arlong, really. But I think I still put Fishman on B tier because I did like some of the themes that it was trying to address, and the real enemy was racism. Cody Jones was just he was not the true enemy, the true villain, the true enemy of Fishman Island. So I guess that's why he's so flat. Um, so yeah, I give Fishman Island B tier, I guess. I mean, I'm kind of thinking of putting it down in C tier. Punk Hazard. Okay, Punk Hazard. I uh I did not care about Punk Hazard at all. I did not care about it. Oh my God. Punk Hazard was just like Fishman Island, where I'm just counting down the episodes. And the One Piece version only had around 20 episodes, but I was just counting down the episodes, hoping when it will be finished. So, but would I put it above? I put it C tier, but where would I put it? You know what? Uh, Caesar wasn't a very good villain. He wasn't a very good villain, and he had that annoying sound effect because of his devil fruit. Uh, I kind of like Brownbeard. Okay, I also like that body swap scenario where Law changed their souls into separate bodies. That was good. I like that. But I mean, they didn't really. It's an interesting world, but they didn't do much with um the world of um the world of Punk Hazard. I would put it below Fishman Island, but would I put it above Thriller Bark? Hmm. You know what? You know what? I'd put I'd put Punk Hazard actually below Skypiea, because at least Skypiea had Eneru and had a more interesting setting, but Punk Hazard, I just did not care about Punk Hazard. I did not care about Punk Hazard. You know what? I'm putting Punk Hazard even below Orange Town. Orange Town. Oh, you know what? I'm putting Punk Hazard. Uh, I mean, actually, low C tier because I did not care about Punk Hazard at all. Was so happy. I was so happy that it was finished. I was so happy that it was finished. I did not care about Punk Hazard. Punk Hazard was just it was the prelude to a much better arc, which I'm gonna be talking about now. Dressrosa. Okay, I understand that Dressrosa an has an infamous reputation in the community for having the worst pacing in any arc in One Piece, and that was why One Piece was formed. But that is the reason I watched the One Piece version of Dressrosa, and you know, despite despite the slow start, despite the slow start, the slow start, it really picks up. I didn't like the start with the gladiator matches. I thought that was a bit uh slow, but oh my God, as soon as it actually progresses, it is so good. One second. It is honestly, yeah, Dressrosa, honestly, yeah, it's so freaking good. The Dressrosa was such a Dressrosa was such a it was a dark depiction of what if Crocodile succeeded? What if he succeeded in overthrowing Alabasta? If he ruled Alabasta and it brought okay, and Dressrosa brought us my favorite One Piece villain, which was Doflamingo. Oh my God, he is he is absolutely my favorite villain in One Piece because he's such a conniving, psychopathic trickster. But damn it, you just love to hate him. Oh man, and his devil fruit is so scary, and I just have to talk about Sugar's Beck's devil fruit. Sugar has by far the the scariest devil fruit in all of One Piece. L- You can tell whenever a character finds out that Sugar has woken up or Sugar is around, they panic because her devil fruit is is terrifying because she just with her devil fruit, she enslaved thousands of people, turned them into toys for 10 whole years. And their their loved ones, they lose memories of them. They forget that they even exist. That is her her devil fruit is scary. Oh my goodness. And I have to give to props to Bartolomeo because I think like I thought he'd be like not treated seriously because oh okay yeah he's a fanboy like but no he's actually his devil fruit's really good and he has such good control over it. My one of my favorite part was when he wrapped his fist with a barrier and he punched that guy down and he actually that was so cool. And I love the part where he actually uses his devil fruit to create stairs. Oh my goodness, that was so good. That was so good. Another thing, the formation of the Straw Hat Pirates, the Straw Hat Fleet, where it, I think the reason why Dressrosa was so long is because it was building up to, as Luffy was helping Dressrosa and helping the people Dressrosa, he was like unintentionally forming his fleet, and the people he helped, they pledged their loyalty to him, but like Luffy said, no, I don't look, I don't want to rule you guys. But instead, if you ever need help, or if I ever need help, let's call each other. And it really emphasizes why Luffy wants to be king of the pirates. Luffy doesn't want to be king of the pirates to rule people. He wants to be king of the pirates because he sees that as the ultimate form of freedom, and forming and the Straw Hat Fleet is an example of that. So, you know what? I'm gonna give Dressrosa S tier, even above Alabasta, because I watched the One Piece version and I can't really complain much about the backstory, about the pacing, because One Piece fixes the pacing of Dressrosa. And oh, I love Law's backstory. That was so heartwarming. And how Doflamingo's brother loved Law that saved him. Oh my God, that was so good. Love Law that he saved him. That was so good. Okay, Dressrosa. So I'm giving Dressrosa easy S tier. Easy S tier. Above Alabasta because it had Doflamingo, the story, the emotional stakes, the whole story with Riku and um Kiros. Oh my God, Kiros. I just I was I was cheering whenever he came when he came and he saved to save his daughter. Oh, I was cheering for him. I was cheering. Yes, yeah, go Kiros, go Kiros. Yeah, yeah. Still, oh, Dressrosa. I love Dressrosa. I love Dressrosa. Zhao. Uh, you know, I'm gonna give Zhao high. beats here. Yeah, because it I'm giving high beats here because I enjoyed Chow. I enjoyed Chow because the world Jinusha. I love Jinusha. It it was really setting up towards Wano, and it was short. It didn't overstay its welcome. It didn't overstay its welcome. It wasn't too long, so it was a fun, enjoyable reprieve for Xiao for Wano. Whole Cake Island. Whole Cake Island. Oh my God. Wow. Oh, I did not realize that Oda would actually be giving more backstory, but now he gave even more backstory for Sanji. Sanji, wow. And Sanji's Sanji's backstory was genuinely hard to watch. Sanji's backstory was generally hard to watch because, oh my goodness, and it really it really puts in perspective why he's such a simp because the two people who were the only people who were nice to him before he met Zeph was his mother and his sister. That's why he's such a simp. And how he met Sugar. Oh, I'm gonna be honest. I actually want Sanji to end up with no, I want Sanji to end up with Puddin because they both have similar stories of how they are they are raised in a toxic family dynamic with abusive parents, and Big Mom is an abusive parent. She is an abusive parent. Wow, it's so sad. It's so sad. And then honestly, Sugar Puddin is the Puddin is the Puddin is the best person for Sanji to be with. And his whole backstory was hard to watch. Now, Big Mom herself, I mean, Big Mom, she was actually an intimidating threat. I liked her. Um, I didn't like when she just became just this generic, um, like roaming monster, in like the latter half, and all she wanted was sweets. I thought that was a bit, or that she just became a bit one-dimensional afterwards then. But then we get to meet Katakuri, and wow, Katakuri is by far he is one of my favorite. Um, he is one of my favorite villains in One Piece because he has a moral code, and he's what makes him so likable is that he has a moral code, and I think he genuinely cares about his siblings. He is the big brother. I mean, even though the guy with the tongue that's always sticking out is the oldest. He's known as the strongest, and he has to uphold his status being the strongest sibling, um, so he can make sure that his brothers and sisters are safe. So I I put despite I like Big Mom, but I category really put him up here. I'm gonna put actually Whole Cake Island. Yeah, I'm gonna put it up in S tier because it really sets up for Big Mom for Wano, and honestly, um, um, uh, she was, she's much better utilized. Um, Big Mom was much better utilized in Wano than in Whole Cake Island. Um, I think I'm gonna give myself a break because it's almost an hour, so I'll give myself a break, then I'll come back. 1 second. there, guys. Okay. Ah, okay. Oh, okay. All right. All right, guys. Oh, let's begin. Um, yeah, man. Okay, I also want to now more talk about Katakuri's devil fruit, which should have been a Logia fruit because I mean it looked like a Logia fruit. And when I heard that his devil fruit involves him turning his body into mochi, I'm like, really? Really? That is your devil fruit? But like, it's just, but how he uses Armament Hockey to make his Logia to make his mochi powers to harden his mochi powers was brilliant. Oh man, brilliant. I'm gonna be honest here. I like Snake Man more than that the bouncing man form. It just did not. It just I liked it more because it really showed it was more true to who Luffy is rather than that Gear 4 form. Surf Village uh, introduce us to Usopp. Yeah, introduce us to Usopp. I'm getting it like I could give it like C tier. Yeah, C tier. Introduce the Usopp. That's pretty much it. Reverie. Um, Honestly, Reverie for me was just too short. It was only 3 episodes long, so I can't really say too much about it, really. Um, um, Reverie, yeah, I'm giving it like B tier. It offers some world building, so that was good. Oh, now Wano. Wano. I've been wanting to talk about Wano for a while. Okay, Wano, Wano's an S tier. I'm gonna put it above Marineford because where Marineford was the build-up of the pre-time skip arc, Wano was the build-up to the post-time skip arc, and I'm gonna put it up because after Wano, starting from Egghead, that's when we entered the the final saga of One Piece, and man, Wano was so freaking epic. I love the world of Wano. Odin was such a fascinating character. He was so likable, and I love that whole flashback scenario of when Wano's time with Odin's time with the Whitebeard pirates, and then with the Roger pirates, and then um, Roger finding the One Piece at Laugh-Tale. That was so good. And let's not forget about Gear 5. And I love Gear 5 because Gear 5 was a better representation of Luffy's potential than Gear 4. Oh, it is such a freaking joy to watch Gear 5 and thank goodness the animation really improved in Wano because wow, the Gear 5, the animators need it for Gear 5. And I gotta talk about the animation and the new visuals. I love it. It's so brighter. The animation really improved itself from in Wano. Now let's talk about Kaido. Okay, Kaido, I mean, there was a lot of build up for Kaido and there's a lot of build up for Kaido and Dr. Vegapunk. I'd say Dr. Vegapunk and Kaido, they are the characters that were mentioned the most throughout One Piece. And Kaido, yeah, for the most part, Kaido delivered. I mean, he was a threat. He was a genuine threat to Luffy. Actually defeated Luffy. Um, Kaido was kind of a bit flat. He was just like he was kind of boring in some regards. Like I mean, that's why Doflamingo is still my favorite villain. At least Kaido was a genuine threat. for Wano. But yeah, honestly, yeah, Wano was so epic, and it's really hard to it's not really fair to say that Dressrosa is long when like Wano is even longer than Dressrosa. So I'm giving Wano S tier. Easy S tier. Oh my god, S tier. Egghead Island, I'm giving I'm giving Egghead S tier. Where would I put it? I'm putting it up above Marineford because it offered Egghead offered it introduced us to the true ruler of the world, which was Emu, and more Gear 5, Luffy's fight with Lucci in Gear 5, and finally we get to introduce Vegapunk. And yeah, actually Vegapunk was such a Vegapunk was such a is such a fascinating character because he he does not like violence, but he's also somebody who wants to research finance his research. He wants to pursue his scientific pursuit, but being with the government, that's the only way he'll be able to. So that's why he works for the government. And he's such a fascinating character. Oh, and my goodness, Bonnie and Kuma's backstory. Wow. Kuma's backstory was is so sad. It is genuinely hard. It's just like with Sanji's backstory, it was genuinely hard to watch. Oh my goodness. And wow, I'd say that Kuma is by far the most tragic character in One Piece. Wow. It was so hard to see, but man, but his reunion with Bonnie, oh, his reunion with Bonnie was so heartwarming. His love for Bonnie it just it made him so it made him pull through. So I'm the reason why I put Egghead above Marineford because just all those amazing revelations and oh my god. So something I want to point out in both the Japanese and English version of One Piece, they got the original voice actors for Luffy to voice Joy Boy, both the Japanese and the English version. They got I forgot her name. Let me just quickly Luffy OVA voice actor. Oh who um who who was Luffy's? One second, guys. Oh no 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 that's Luffy. No, that's not I'm pretty sure that's not okay. Luffy OG voice actor. Um mm, sorry guys. Let me just let's see. So voiced by I'm pretty sure. Um 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 ah where was there's that OVA the OVA actress. Okay, what if I just find um let's see Joy Boy voice actor. There we go. There we go. Urara Takano. Urara Takano. Yeah, she was she actually yeah, she voiced Luffy in the OVA One Piece Defeat the Pirate Gonzak before the main series began. And they got for the English version, they got back Erica Schroeder. She voiced Luffy in the 4 Kids dub of One Piece back to voice Joy Boy. And oh my God, Erica, like respect for the Japanese, respect for Toei for bringing back Urara Takana for Joy Boy, but whoever brought back Erica Schroeder as Joy Boy, I honestly get emotional. I honestly get emotional whenever I talk about this because um I I grew up watching the Four Kids dub of One Piece, and I was a kid back then. I loved the Four Kids dub of One Piece. I and Erica Schroeder's pra- and just hearing Erica Schroeder back in the franchise as but now playing as Joy Boy, who's Luffy's predecessor, was just such a fitting. Oh man, it was such a fitting finale. It was such a fitting way to it, man, I get emotional when I talked about this. Wow, as a person who grew up on the Four Kids Devil One Piece, it was so good. I was actually hoping they will bring back Eric Schroeder, and they did. She is playing Joy Boy, which is so, oh, it was such a beautiful callback because it's proof that yeah, with the right direction, her version of Luffy can be great. And I love how she gives Luffy more of a like Joy Boy more of a um older tone, which fits because yeah, Joy Boy is supposed to be Luffy's predecessor. So uh, so that's honestly that alone puts Egghead right up in S tier, right up in S tier. Beside Wano, I put Wano above just for the introduction of um just for because it truly felt like the buildup of the pre-time skip, the post-time skip arc. Barate B tier. I put it above Amazon Link because it introduced us to Sanji. I cry whenever I think of Sanji's farewell to Zeph because Zeph is Sanji's real dad. And granted, Zeph did a bit. He did enforce physical violence too much, but he was the father figure that Sanji needed, especially after we learned his terrible upbringing with his own piece of shit father. One thing I will, okay, one thing, okay, main thing I have to come, okay, main complaint, Don Krieg sucked. Don Krieg was such a crap villain. He sucked. He was such a crap villain. I did not like him. He sucked. He was a crap villain. Screw Don Krieg. Arlong Park. Okay, yo, Arlong Park. I'm gonna give Arlong Park. I'm gonna give Arlong Park. I'm gonna give Arlong Park S tier because that people always say that Arlong Park is where One Piece should um capture you, and it does. Like, oh my goodness, Luffy, Nami's whole backstory and Arlong being such a great villain as well, and the walk to Arlong Park was so badass. Oh yes, the only reason why, okay, the only reason why I didn't put it higher is because like the fights were a bit meh. I'm I enjoyed the world building of Water 7, the the stakes of the escalation of Sabaody Archipelago, the epic crocodile and the epic story of Alabasta, Dressrosa, the epic story, Doflamingo, the Straw Hat Fleet formation, Marineford, just everything about Marineford, Egghead Island, everything about Egghead Island, and Wano, everything about Wano. I put it above Enies Lobby because um Enies Lobby, I'd say Uh, Along Park, it didn't overstay its welcome. Enies Lobby did feel a bit dragged on sometimes, but Along Park was the right. was the right length. Logtown. Hmm. Logtown. We got introduced to Dragon, Smoker. Um, mm, I put Logtown. I put Logtown up somewhere. Let's see. I mean, Baratie did give us Sanji. What did I like more? I remember fondly of. Uh, yeah, I'm gonna put Logtown just below Baratie because Baratie did give us Sanji and Sanji's backstory and Zeph as well. Logtown gave us Dragon, the return of Buggy, Smoker too. Actually, Smoker. You know what? Logtown, putting it up Baratie because it did give us Smoker, and man, he was such a formidable ally. He was such a formidable enemy. First Mountain. Oh yeah, it had give us Laboon. Um, Honestly, I remember Reverse Mountain more from the live action adaptation rather than the anime itself, but I remember more than Jaya. I'm gonna put Reverse Mountain. I put Reverse Mountain. Yeah, just below Drum Island. It was a short, sweet, yeah, place. Whiskey Peak. I honestly don't remember about Whiskey Peak that much. I remember. Okay, so these last two arcs, I remember more because of the live action series. Because of the live action series. Whiskey Peak. Um, I don't remember much. I don't. It's kind of hard to say because I don't really much of Whiskey Peak. That's really tough. I'd say Whiskey Peak. I put Whiskey Peak. I put Whiskey Peak high C tier. Yeah, because the things I do remember about it, I enjoyed more than Thriller Bark and definitely Skypiea. Little Garden. Yeah, I put Little Garden. Put Little Garden. Uh, I put Little Garden C tier. Yeah, C tier. Honestly, because it introduced us to the giants, and the world of Little Garden was great. It was, yep, it was a fun, fun arc. Okay, so all right, guys, so this is my tier list for the One Piece arcs. Let me know if you have some disagreements of it, or what's your thoughts on it too. But yeah, this is what um the One Piece arcs that I ranked. So let's look over it. Yeah, S tier, Wano, Egghead, Marineford, Dressrosa, Alabasta, Sabaody, Archipelago, Water 7, Arlong, Enies Lobby, Poke Island, Post-War, Impel Down, Post Enies Lobby, Chow. Yep, yep. You know what? I'm quite happy with that list. Yeah, I'm quite happy. I think that's everything I wanted to talk about, but yeah, guys, thanks for stopping by, and this was quite a lot of fun actually. I've been wanting to make this tier list for a while.